Have you ever played a match in Warframe and then for some reason a random player is blowing up in chat? Either they don't like your Warframe, they don't like how you're playing, or they're just mad in general? Well, this video is for you. Let's go over, through comments on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and all my socials, the craziest Warframe players, okay? Submitted by Septim Annuli Inferni. I think this may have been on Instagram. Only thing I take seriously is the fashion frame. Gotta make sure I look the best on the battlefield, okay? So that is true. There is a subset of insane players, myself included, that you want to make sure you're as dripped out as possible, right? And this one, luckily, they don't really flame people. They just make sure that they are as pretty as they can possibly be. I have fashion framed, as you can see, my beautiful Protea. She looks amazing. I've fashion framed and thrown tens of, if not hundreds of dollars into Warframe accessories, Prime accesses, cosmetics, and god dang it, I want to look good. So luckily, the only crazy fashion frame players are the ones that like start flaming you for how bad your fashion are, or start like shitting on people for their lack of fashion, right? The people who take it super seriously and aggressively onto those other folks. Now those are the crazy Warframe players, okay? Phlebus ZN8 said, primed sure-footed, laughs in Overguard. So right now, there will always be a yelling match in Warframe. If you don't know, primed sure-footed is a login reward primed mod, which makes it so you have 100% knockdown resistance. This is essentially really useful, really good, and really nice on a lot of Warframes that don't have Overguard, okay? Because Overguard also gives 100% like status or knockdown resist, stuff like that. So functionally, they're kind of the same. The thing is, Prime Surefooted become kind of a meme in Warframe, where now in Warframe, Prime Surefooted, like people just make fun of it and people yell at people who use it and people get angry around it. It's so weird. It's transcended a meme where people now legitimately are starting to flame and hate each other if you are using it or if you aren't using it. And it's transcended, okay? Prime Surefooted is more now a way of life over a sheer Warframe mod. And Overguard is just Prime Surefooted light. The second you lose Overguard, obviously you don't have status resistance, but until then, like, you're good to go. Your Overguard stuff, 100% valid, okay? This next one, submitted by Mozart, new player here, and I just recently joined a clan. A fellow member and I were talking about what we like about lore and stuff, and when I said how I found the community to be awesome, the game community, she told me if I wanted to stay that way, I shouldn't go Eidolon farming, specifically if my MR is low. Eidolons, when you're newer, can be really bad. The reason is, on publics, usually Eidolons aren't really too bad, but on publics, people get very angry if you're not using like min-maxed gear, if you're not able to like quickly one-shot the Eidolon, if you aren't gathering your lures and charging them while, let's say, someone's like main damaging the actual Eidolon. Because you need to remember, Warframe is, for a lot of people, a speedrunning min-maxing game. So they want to go as fast as possible and just farm things as efficiently as possible. If you don't care about doing stuff like that, you might want to ignore running publics. The reason being is when you're running a public, like, everyone can just do whatever they want, everyone can chill, and it's not really a big deal. The issue is if you're doing public Eidolon hunts, the like more veteran or the more min-maxy public runners can get very pissed off when you're not doing things as efficiently. So it can be actually one of the more toxic experiences in Warframe if you're new, 100%. And it's actually always been that way. It's kind of like one of the harder type of content drops that Warframe has that people can do, where it's considered like the best bossing in the game, and it's been out for so long now that people just get pissed off if you don't know the meta of it. Either way, that's just how Eidolon hunts are. There's no real way to combat it outside of just muting people and blocking them if they start flaming you for no reason in a public match. So yeah, don't be crazy in public matches, everybody. because it's very rude. Next comment from Carlos West. I was running a Plains of Eidolon bounty. Oh, heck yeah, perfect. And some guy was yelling at an MR2 for ruining his Aya farm. It's a casual game. There's no reason to take it so seriously. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. When people run public relics and like public matches, bounties, etc., you can't expect every single person to be running like a Volt, Wisp, Gauss, speed frame of any sort, go from point A to point B as fast as possible. You cannot expect public people to play the game the exact same way you play the game, especially if some are like just random newer players and they have no idea what's going on, right? You gotta let them figure shit out. You can give them advice in the comments in like in-game, right? In chat. But like flaming new players is just the dumbest shit I've ever seen in Warframe. Because if you're mad at a public player for doing something so stupid, and by so stupid, I mean not knowing the game modes or being slow. If you get that mad about that, like just play solos. You don't need to play publics if you're gonna try to police how people are playing the game and like not gonna help out random new players. Either way, there's a lot of people that are like that sometimes, and you just gotta be careful, okay? You definitely just have to be careful. Don't think there's anything more annoying than those holier-than-thou people who try to personally police the market areas and stop people for pricing outside of their pricing comfort zone. Like, buddy, use the market if you want, but if someone wants it fast and easy, why is it your business? There is a lot of hostility and aggression that comes to Warframe trading. If you don't know, you can trade platinum, the like real-life currency in Warframe, to other people. People buy primes, mods, relics, etc. And some people get so pissed off at other people who are pricing things too high or at other people who are pricing things too low. People get mad at other people when they don't respond instantly trading and then start flaming them. It is, outside of Eidolon hunts, it is the most hostile environment in the game. Because it involves real money currency with platinum, people just have a tendency to flame each other way more. They try to like bully people into getting them more money. Like I would just, for example, I would start like bullying you, be like, no, stop being stupid, just pay the 500 platinum. Obviously, I'm not gonna go down to 300 platinum, right? Like that's the kind of thing. People just fight about pricing because it's money, and people always fight about money, okay? We all want to be rich and have things, but none of us know how the fuck to do that, okay? We're all broke as shit. That's life. We're playing a free-to-play, non-gacha game, okay? If you are rich and you buy everything, good shit. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you. Remember to sub-like and use Epic Games creator code Pupsker and donate down below. But if you're not rich and you're like everyone else, you know, you just casually trade, chat, and chill and play the game. But try not to be too crazy and aggressive whenever trading comes around because, oh God, people are a little goofy. This one comes from Kim Wook. I was playing Arbitration. We just spawned and needed to take an elevator up. Here comes an MR Legendary 5 beaming to the elevator, waiting for nobody, and takes the elevator up and jumps on the objective, starting the round. Meanwhile, two of us are still stuck below. I went off on dude in chat because dude could not wait just 5 seconds for everybody, and I was already pissed as I just got off. Okay, maybe you should have calmed down on that one. You don't need to flame people for trying to speedrun in a public, okay? That's just how the game goes. People will always usually take the elevator as soon as they get to it, or they'll wait for their like fellow teammates. It doesn't matter either way. You can give up like 5-10 seconds or not. Don't like, just straight up, don't bother caring about elevator courtesies and mechanics too hard. Okay, try to wait for people, but if people are really slow, just take the elevator up. But you never know when people are gonna load into a game. So whenever you load in, you need to remember they're gonna go straight to the objective because sometimes you have person 1 loads in 10-15 seconds before person 2. You're not gonna be waiting on person 2 to continue a mission, right? Either way, don't flame people for no reason. Just don't. You don't need to flame him, okay? He didn't deserve that flame. That was misplaced anger, damn it, okay? Misplaced anger. Now this comment comes from Ono Hope 4884. Yeah, hopefully I didn't mess that too much. There's basically no PvP. People gotta prove they're better somehow. Ain't that the goddamn truth? For any type of build game where there's no structural competitive nature to it, don't get me wrong, Warframe has PvP. It's just such a dog, worthless game mode that nobody likes it, plays it, or even knows about it half the time. So Warframe doesn't have any PvP. So it turns into, how fast can I do things, or how big can my number become? So this game, so many build crafters are really good at breaking all of the numbers of it, but a lot of them take the game too seriously, right? Like, if you're a hardcore build crafter, you can make sick builds, fuck yeah, good shit. But that's just a game, man. Why you have to be so mad? It doesn't realistically matter if people use their builds, if people go hardcore min-max builds, if people make more casual builds, it doesn't matter. As long as you're enjoying the game, that's kind of the whole point. So as long as no one's harassing you about builds and everyone's being pretty chill and you're able to complete your missions and have fun, like, that's kind of all that matters. You're always good to block people who want to flame over like stupid bullshit like that all the time, right? Like, goddamn, tell them to get a life, or, you know, build another Warframe, or touch grass, whatever. Just, like, don't flame people for how they want to play the game. That's goofy. On, I think, maybe Instagram, Paz Santi says, at some point it does start feeling like a second job. I personally don't see it that way for me, but many friends of mine kinda do. Even one uses Excel every time he starts building something. Yeah, so that is a issue that comes into play with very long-standing MMO-styled games. Warframe is a looter shooter, right? But it's also functionally an MMO in many aspects of the game. They have guilds, right? They have a lot of progress, a lot of areas. Since Warframe is functionally and pretty much is a long-standing 13-year-long MMO, you kind of get a lot of people who their life becomes Warframe. You've seen the same with World of Warcraft, Destiny, any long-standing game that is MMO styled and adjacent. People start like very much integrating into it. It's a free-to-play game, so it might be their main game, and they start kind of becoming a little parasocial with the game, and it starts becoming a second job or like a second lifestyle to them. And that's pretty normal. Now, as long as people don't fuck with other people, it's fine. Like, you can get as aggressive and hardcore into a game as possible, right? You can make it a job, a career. You can just shitpost and talk about the game online if you want, right? Who cares? But as soon as you start policing how aggressive everyone has to be, like, if you want someone to be on your level in a game, you just can't be a dick about it, right? You just can't expect everyone to be at that. You can't expect everyone to be a hardcore Warframe player. And like, you can't expect everyone to treat it like a second job. So you gotta accept that everyone just plays games differently. A lot of casual players, a lot of hardcore players, a lot of people who are hardcore into a game, but they're not hardcore into the systems of the game. There are a ton of Warframe players who have hundreds, if not thousands of hours, who straight up don't play Steel Path. They might mainly play for fashion frame. They might mainly play for decoration and clan content. They might mainly play for the community aspect of it. There is such a large plethora of ways to experience a game, especially nowadays with the internet, that you just cannot expect everyone to treat it the same. So it might be a second job to some, might not be to others. But as long as you're not trying to force your Warframic ideologies on top of other people and be like, you must play the game the way I want, you're a-okay. So the TLDR is always going to be, don't be toxic, don't be crazy, and you're probably pretty good. Angel Dragon 43 said, want to sell Torrid ribbons, 70k platinum. I know what I have. He's just straight up memeing the hardcore Warframe traders that sell and buy ribbons and trade like thousands, if not tens of thousands for ribbons. It's just a hardcore trader community, very niche. But in my mind, no ribbon mod or no thing in Warframe would ever be worth a couple thousand platinum. But you have people trading ribbons for 7,000, 8,000. As long as you're not pushy about it, who cares, right? That's fine. It's not for me, you know? It's just not for me. Last but not least, Shiva Shield says, had a guy today doing Netrocells rage because no one else had a Torrid and then rage quit. Okay, so that goes into like the hardcore metagaming angry player, where if you're not playing the metagame, if you're not playing to how they want you to play in the meta of Warframe, they get pissed off and start flaming. Those types of players are just kind of goofy. They expect you to always have incarnates, right? Always play the game how they play the game and just be as optimal, but like lazy optimal as you need to. Because we know in Warframe, if you've played the game for a long time, you can make insane combinations out of Warframes, weapons, arcanes, where most Warframe weapons in the game, as long as it doesn't have an annoying mechanic, really low weak MR, and just like does really low numbers, even then, even if it does, you can still get it so boosted that you can do insane amounts of damage. That being said, don't flame people for their builds, okay? Don't be crazy, just chill out, be a nice person when playing the game, and you'll probably enjoy your time. I myself am definitely more of a casual player that just like plays the game, looks around how to do things, and just yaps and chats about the game. And you know what? I enjoy doing that. But as long as you're not flamey, as long as you're not aggressive and like being a dickhead about things, you're probably a pretty good chill Warframe player. But other than that, those are some of the crazy Warframe players. So let me know. Maybe sometimes you're a little toxic. We're all a little toxic, okay? I played from League of Legends. I got chat banned a lot. So I get it. Sometimes we're all a little toxic. Understandable, but like just try not to be too mean. Either way, I appreciate everyone being here. If you want to support the channel, feed the great YouTube algorithm, please like and comment and subscribe down below, especially to feed that sweet YouTube algorithm. I need those delicious likes and comments. Nom, 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 nom. You can also use Epic Games creator code Pupsker. I do have an Epic Games creator like Epic partner code, so if you ever buy anything in the Epic Games Store, Fortnite, Warframe, or just games, put in my creator code. It helps support the channel. Either way, everyone, that is it. So come join me on Twitch or all the other socials down below, and I will see you next time. Cheers.